Masuk dulu nih. Waduh, masuk aja. Genshin. Oh, masuk tuh. Oke. Halo guys. Halo, 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 halo.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Halo, 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 halo. Bentar, apakah ada teman aneh yang login? Bentar guys. Checking. Bucin men nggak ada.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Gila. Poster Petrus, gila apapun driver saya first Pierce ya. Oke. Halo Bertus, halo. Thank you sudah mampir. Tunggu. Oh dulu buat beli nasgor. Oke, siap. Siap. Beli nasgor. Jangan lupa nitip 1. Oke. Belum jalan ya. When the back of the caramel is getting when the milk adrenaline. Kita ini dulu deh. Apa namanya? Isi tenaga dulu. Isi tenaga dulu sambil kita ini kali ya persiapan gacha. Kita gacha. Terus bisa kalau gue beruntung itu nanti ke Tartaglia. Inazuma, karena biasa gue di sini beruntung. Bismillah keberuntungan. Bismillah. Time-nya kita atur. Oke, Bismillah. Semoga kita tidak sampai menyentuh apa tuh namanya bintang 5. Kalau kode bintang 5 bisa gawat. Oke. Semoga kita tidak menyentuh bintang 5 ya guys. Mantap. Aduh. Oke, kita lihat Bismillah. Karena gue cuma dapetin Candace. Bismillah. Oke. Guys, udah tekan. Ya, Dragon Bane. Alah. Kan itu sedikit. Dragon Bane. Karakter. Gue coba pilih karakter satu. Oke. Sayu, ya ampun. Wah gile, nggak mau ngasih gue ini kan karakter. Berapa gue spend nih gile. Cuma dapetin karakter doang. Lu mau berapa ke atas gue spend? Ayolah, gue cuma minta 20 doang. Sayu lagi. Record Candace please. Sayu lagi. Satu kali lagi deh. Biar aman. Bennett, why? Bennett? Why Bennett, man? Why Bennett? Wah, aduh gawat nih, gua nggak berani nyentuh. Gua nggak berani terus nih. Gua nggak berani, nggak bisa. Shinobu, Ningguang, Stringless, Kicing. Wah nggak. Gua jujur gua nggak berani. Gua nggak berani nembus. Jujur ini gua nggak berani nembus. Kalau nembus lagi antara optionnya emang antara ini dapat dapat bintang 4 doang atau cuma dapat bintang 5? Enggak. Gue nggak berani nembus. Gue sama sekali nggak berani nembus. Enggak. Nembus adalah bukan option yang bagus. Oh, olah. Gak bagus. Gacanya nggak bagus. Gacanya nggak bagus. Ya, kasih aja. Wah, ngumpul juga. Oke. Sacrifice a fragment. Come on, give me a break. Come on, please, give me a break. What the hell? Come on, man, give me a break. Eish. Man, come on, please, give me a break. Give me something. Come on, please, man. Come on, just give me something. This one, and that's it. Makanya gue PT gue nyimpen ini buat ini apa? Nggak bisa. PT gue nggak nyampe PT nih. Gue bakal nyampe PT gue bisa dapetin ini Cyno. Padahal gue nggak mau Cyno. Gue cuma mau Candace doang. Waduh, mampus lah. Gue cuma mau Candace. Sesibul itu. Gue cuma mau Candace. Knock down. Apapun itulah. Gue cuma mau Candace. Sesimpel itu. Cici. What? Zong. Waduh, Zong. Sarah, oke. Wah, kayak gue di gacha gue udah kepake deh hari ini. Wah, gawat. Wah, gue nggak dapet apes. Nah, gue nggak berani. Gue nyentuh berikutnya gue nggak berani. Nggak. Nyentuh berikutnya gue nggak berani. Jujur gue nggak berani. Karena apa namanya? Aduh, PT gue bahaya. Aduh, gue nggak dapet lagi. Astaga. Waduh. Nggak dapet. Nggak bagus. Cuma Candace. Gue cuma mau Candace dah sesimpel itu. Nggak dapet loh. Hold lagi. 1 2 3. Gue tadi udah gacha 4 kali. Chance 80 ini yang gawat ini yang nggak bisa. Chance 80 ini udah nggak bisa. Ini gue udah sempur ini nggak bisa. Chance 80 itu udah nggak bisa. Gue bakal kehilangan PT. Gue dapet Cyno, gue bakal kehilangan PT dan gue tidak mau karena PT gue cuma buat Nahida, sesimpel itu. Ya enggak, gue tidak mau korban. Gue tidak mau seperti itu. Ya enggak. Gue nggak mau berkorban PT gue hanya untuk Nahida. Enggak worth it. Gue tidak akan menghilangkan PT gue hanya untuk Candace karena Nahida lebih penting. Wah, shit. Ceritanya adalah gue tidak mau kehilangan PT gue. Gue tidak mau kehilangan PT. Gue tidak akan mau kehilangan PT segampang itu. Tapi gue jaminan. Mungkin semoga di Dehya ada lagi keluar lagi Candace. Oh my god, I can get nothing. Oh man, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. Sayu. C1 sih. Sayu C1. Cici. Kujosara. Wow. Oke. Ribut patrol. C2 nggak salah udah bisa digunakan dengan sempurna. And the Herald Frost hit an element target for the talisman which must be energy. Cici C1 Cici. Cici C1 Cici. Cici C1 apesnya apes. Aduh, swirl. Oh, gue dapat lagi ya. Sayu 4 coba. Speed and rush. Aduh, it's too much to handle. Alright, maybe later. Aduh, nggak mungkin, ya udah, belum saatnya. Mungkin memang belum saatnya untuk bolehin dapetin Candace. Oke lah, next time aja deh dapetin Candace. Maksudnya gue jangan terlalu ngarepin ya.
We meet again, you two. Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon. Wait. And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the Huh? What kind of commission is that? I see. It appears that... In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites... Hey, that's not any better. Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenary... Paimon's gonna... Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Mungkin dengan sedikit cemilan bisa lebih baik. Ya, kita nyemil.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
So it's Nahida. I just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head?
From when she said, add Astra Abyssosque.
So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sumeru festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sumeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we...
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Alec left for the moment, Our top focus should still be figuring out what this...
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival.
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sage's activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a...
Okay. Just in deception.
Let's continue
gonna be
our
a long
chat
story.
here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. No way, that's too risky.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own self.
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goal, after all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us...
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Satu
You're
lagi.
saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria?
Setaria. Paima remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Ni.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the...
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the soon after. The star witnessed the sun scorching the earth. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Setaria, but she doesn't really support the Academia.
Indeed, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. Right. We must somehow make her face that way. Not only from my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Oh.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the...
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's
talking style?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading?
Of course, of course. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Define my prospect in love, please.
Love prospects? No
prospect,
problem
please.
at all.
Love prospect, please.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could that be? Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so?
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could...
Pagi goblok.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Mason.
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care.
No problem. Rest easy.
Masih dong pakai struktur lah. What the fuck? Purpose Arius chapter. King dasar Trimagi. Pas apa lagi? Ada itu suruhnya? Keempat King Desert and the Trimagi. Really?
This place is pretty dead.
Mungkin ini. Oke, berarti intinya ya.
By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
Oh man, I'm sad. Oh, I can get Candace.
This should be our final stop.
So sad, so sad.
Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in...
Nahida, you've really thought...
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about ship...
Ah, that's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time.
I see. Guess that makes...
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida,
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's
Scarlet
all
King.
just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Satar. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone,
King Desert.
and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet, but if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances,
So, you mean you're going to possess
yep, possess them through the Akasha, imply that they've already converted to the as long as everything goes
so that's...
exactly. So,
Huh? Best of luck.
that's no problem at all.
Huh.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at...
You're not wrong. It's always been...
If it was at all
Yeah, don't be...
Alright.
Effective and hero. Apa? More afternoon. Ini tinanjak ko siya. Pas. How I feel about this? That is not good. Man, I spent too much. I got nothing. Right. Well, is what it is. So that's it. We just done it. It is what it is.
Oh, here she comes. Satori is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find out.
Udah, gila dingin.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Okay then. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? That's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods are asking, Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere... And, if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all.
Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me.
BTW nggak gacha Cyno.
Oh,
Enggak.
wait a second.
Cyno gue tidak.
The Scarlet King passed away a long
Apa tuh
time
namanya?
ago. Even though news of the Scarlet King's
Cyno gue kayaknya
resurrection has
skip
been
deh, Cyno.
spreading like wildfire,
Kayaknya
it's all
kurang-
just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the
Cyno
Scarlet
kayaknya
King still exist in real life?
kurang
What
worth it.
insolence!
Kalau
I am
gua
the
punya.
Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Karena ini apa
Do you
namanya
wish
ya?
to refute his voice of wisdom?
Cyno
Oh,
Gua
no. As a child of the desert, I am only
elemen
reveling in
elektro,
his
bintang
power
5
upon
gua-
learning that his divine glory
sudah
has touched
puas.
even this city.
untuk ke elemen elektro bintang
I will
5.
think very
Udah
carefully
berpuas.
about his demand of me.
Dan
I'm sorry. I must go.
sayangnya ya, bagus sayangnya gue gagal mendapatkan kandasnya. Gue gagal dapetin kandas, sedih banget gue yang udah berjuang apa tuh dapetin kandas.
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Gue udah 4 kali
Sitaria
gacha kali
didn't
4
seem to suspect
apa
anything
40 kali
amiss.
gacha.
To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and
gagal
berate
dapetin
her, that must have shaken her to
Aduh.
the core.
Dan dia 3.2 sudah full senyum.
It seems
Iya
like
sih.
you under all I
Tapi
know
gue
are
pengen
some
banget dapetin
abstract
dapetin
Haruka
kandas.
theories.
Ya udahlah, mungkin itu.
Anyway, enough of that.
Mungkin
Let's
nanti aja lah dapetinnya. Mungkin muncul
He's out of
nanti.
games now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Dan juga apa namanya gue tadi gacha ini apa namanya gacha di Standard banner. Gacha di standard banner. Karena gue sudah
It's
nyampe
okay.
PT.
I just got caught up in something. Oh,
Candace yang
actually,
ini apa ya?
didn't you ask me to help you look for
Yang
work?
karakter baru cewek.
What kind of work were you looking
Elemen
for again?
hydro yang pakai shield itu loh.
Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking
Yang
of,
apa karakter bintang
how's he
pada yang
doing?
terbaru?
Is
Candace
he
yang
feeling
pakai
any
shield.
better? Huh?
Hero yang
Wasn't
pakai
he
shield,
nursing a leg
pakai
injury?
tombak.
If I recall correctly,
Ada kok di
his
apa,
strong
di
arms had always been his pride
trial.
and joy.
Hero apa di karakter
He
trial ada.
sprained his arm a
Gua
while
pengen
back
dapetin yang
while
gitu.
trying to
Ya
show
kan?
off his strength. I thought you'd heard.
Sebelumnya tadi gue ngomongnya.
Actually, while we're talking about him,
Oh,
is
iya.
he still living in Port
Gue
Ormuz?
gacha standard banner dan sudah
Yeah, he's
nyentuh
been
PT.
retired there for a while.
Gue sudah nyentuh
If you could
PT.
find the time, please write him a letter.
Dan gue
Please
dapetinnya
pass on
adalah
that recently Faith in the Scarlet King has
Cici.
taken root in Port Ormuz.
gue
Has
dapetin
begun to
Cici
spread
dari standard
across
banner.
Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout
Dapetin
follower
Cici.
of the Danger Archon. I don't
Udah, gue
want him to
dapetin
get
bukan
into a
Cici
fight
sih.
with those
Dapetin
Scarlet
antara-
King
gue pinginnya
believers
antara
because of a
Tignari atau
difference in
enggak.
beliefs.
Oh, so
Oh, itu
who are
Tignari
you siding
atau
with
enggak?
in all of this?
Apa namanya?
I'm so
enggak-
jealous of you.
Aduh,
You were born a
apa ya?
child
Gue
of the
lupa.
desert.
Itu karakter di standard
Yet
banner
you
yang aku
chose to
bintang
betray
5.
the Scarlet King, and now
Oh ya,
you
Nilou.
spend all
Gue
your
pengen
time
dapetin
with
Nilou.
those crooks from
Nilou
the
atau enggak Tignari.
academia.
Gue dapetin Cici.
Akeem, you don't mean you've
Wow.
also become a believer of the
Dapetin
Scarlet
Cici.
King?
Ya sudahlah.
What's
Terima
so
aja.
strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you
Cici,
the
Bung.
strange
Cici,
one?
Cici.
The one who still can't
Cici,
pick a
Bung.
side?
Ya udahlah.
Can't pick a side? Me?
Seenggaknya ya udahlah apa namanya.
Oh, I had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really
Sudah.
zeroed in on the
Ya.
issue and put it right in front of her.
Mungkin
And
emang
once
apa
everything
namanya?
is over,
Gue sih bukan,
I'll be
gue sih
sure to
menurut gue sih
keep.
gue bukan dibilangnya apa ya, jelek dalam gacha kali ya. Mungkin ini kali ya. Dosis gue untuk gacha
Come on, Sataria's already started talking with
nyangkut. Gacha gue mungkin sudah habis itunya pemasa
So,
gacha gue.
Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's
BTW kelarin
citizens?
story aja dulu. Dia tadi cerita
Shishan,
gak kedengeran.
don't tell me
Masa
that
sih?
you've converted to the
Cerita
Scarlet
nggak
King as
kedengeran ya?
well.
Jangan-jangan
What an
lebih nyata lagi.
absurd question. You make it sound like
Pesan
I
kayak
should be
gitu,
ashamed
kali ya, apa
for
namanya?
becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Cek.
In reality, shouldn't
apa?
you be the
Audionya
one who
gua
is
bikin aja kali ya?
ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Please, please stop!
Candace.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run.
She can no longer justify it.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards.
This is the most important.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct?
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are...
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead.
Miss Sataria, the Scarlet King is immortal. And all... You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, child of the Scarlet King. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about
aduh.
becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Ya.
seems that no matter where I run, I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans. And from ignoring. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
Ya gacha mah emang gitu. Gue juga gacha, nggak dapet zongli, langsung uninstall nih gamenya, tapi tetap balik sih mania.
You won't necessarily
gitu dong
lose your
mukanya.
research opportunities by facing the truth.
Terlihat depresi lu.
Besides,
How do you know me so well?
Depresi ya?
Are you truly?
that's
Iya
not
kali,
important.
apa namanya,
The important thing is to pass judgment on the academic. If you could provide some
tanya
assistance in
menurut
this matter, perhaps it
sesuatu
could
yang
serve as a form
istilahnya
of
itu menurut gue
atonement.
itu gampang didapetin ya, apalagi kan
I've actually never believed in the gods,
kita lihat di,
but
gue
I've
lihat cerita
always
di
believed in
Genshin kali ya,
serendipity.
gue cerita di
Your
Genshin kali ya.
appearance must be a
Nah, mungkin
fated
kan,
opportunity
si
for me to
Candace
get out
ini
of
kan
this
bintang
wretched
4 lah ya, istilahnya
situation.
ya
Please tell
gampang
me,
sebenarnya untuk didapetin ya
what can
sebenarnya
I do
itu.
for you?
Tapi ya ternyata
How
emang
much do you
nggak
know about the
bisa
sage's
didapetin.
current activities?
I was just one of the design, but I know very little about the full scope. I've just been working. However,
Ya,
there's
itulah.
something that's been really
Sedih kali
bothering
gitu,
me.
sedih.
I
Karena
heard that a
gue
scholar who was
yakin
previously expelled has returned to the city.
Candace itu gampang
To fight
didapetin
against the
karena dia
academia,
apa
we will
bintang
need to
4.
figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the
emang
confidential
depresi sih,
documents you
dapet
mentioned?
bocil es beban.
It should be possible if we're
Dapat
willing to
cici.
take some risks. After all,
Ada
I'm
cici
an
sebenarnya gue
assistant
nggak
to the
terlalu
Grand
depresi
Sage,
dapetin
and
cici.
I've been working on many
Gua nggak terlalu
tasks
depresi
outside of the
karena
project.
apa namanya
One
ya?
thing though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you
Standar
through the
banner
Akasha
emang
once I get my
bukan
hands on
sesuatu yang
them.
gue harapin sih. Gue
The
cuma
sages have always
ngumpulin
closely
dapet
monitored all
apapun itu
activities
ya
within the Akasha.
dapat aja sih. Tapi gue
Let
dapet
me
cici.
The academia entrance.
Ya
Don't
nggak terlalu
worry
bikin
about
drop
that.
lah. Sebenarnya sengaja
I'm only suggesting this
cici
location
gua udah
because it'll draw more
nyampe.
scrutiny.
All right, I trust you.
So,
C1 kah? Gue lupa.
if I
C
were
berapa
to
dapat dari C
successfully
berapa?
That'll depend.
the Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Satar. The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made pray, but if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just? No.
Berarti kalau sudah lihat dari apa tuh namanya total balik. Setelah dari historinya, semoga sih historinya udah ada. Oh belum ada. Heizo 1, Kukishinobu 2, Ningguang 3, Stainless 4, Kecil 5. Oke berarti gue dapat bintang 4-nya itu udah apa itu namanya apa itu namanya aku tadi mau ngomong apa tadi, oh ya gue di gacha gacha banner yang ini gue gacha 4 kali dapatnya weapon tombak yang apa ya gue lupa namanya, weapon tombak 1 bintang 4, sayu 2, gue dapat sayu 2 sama banet 1, 4 dan ditambah dengan hasil yang tadi apa yang gacha sebelumnya itu 8, berarti kan udah ada 4, berarti kan total berarti udah 8, berarti gue gacha sekali lagi nih, masalahnya gini, kalau gue gacha 10 satu kali lagi fix gue bakal dapet Cyno. Kenapa? PT gue untuk dapetin bintang 5 nya ini udah 100%, dan satu lagi itu ada artinya apa, gue gacha yang ke 90 kali di banner ini, dan PT dapetin SSR. Nah itu ya udah, ingin gue stop daripada gue makin parah, daripada PT gue kebuang, sayang juga. Udah jadi ya go hold. Berarti ya mungkin di gacha berikutnya ya nanti pas juga di Nahida ya udah apa namanya gue cukup gacha sekali dapat gue cukup gacha sekali udah dapat Nahida, karena gue udah ada jaminan gue gacha 10 kali pasti dapat SSR. udah jaminan sih ya. Sekarang gue total nyimpan ada total apa Enter with fate-nya
I
kok
wonder what
ada
the rest of the
75.
harbingers are up to. Plotting and
Enter with fate gue 75. Ya udah. Gua nunggu lagi sampai nanti bulan November di 3.2 yang dimana akan gue gacha lagi Nahidanya. Ya sudah. Jadi gue tidak akan gacha lagi.
aiming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
15 hari. 16 hari. Oh berarti 16 32 1 bulan. 1 bulan lebih 2 hari, 32 hari. Oke, tidak terlalu lama sih sebenarnya sih. Ya, apa namanya? Following night 19 sampai jam 22. Ya udah. 16. Kalau gue standar aja kalau gacha. Kayak kemarin di HI busuk di Rise of Eros dapat 2 SSR. Gua Rise of Eros gua ada apa ngebanner. Gua ngebanner apa? Bukan banner apa? Gua rolling akun reroll lagi. Reroll udah apa kali ya? 6 kali gue ya. Gue dapat 6. Dan 6-nya itu gue cuma dapat SSR 1. Dan gua udahlah gua mikir nggak usah dulu lagi lah, bodo amat lah, yang penting SSR gua 1 itu udah mantap gitu.
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
We're on a secret mission.
Yep.
Tapi untungnya
Simon's right.
di apa tuh
We
namanya
cannot
di
fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap.
apa tuh namanya
If something were to happen,
di
my existence may
gua
be the
nahan
only
di
trump
akun
card we'll be
terakhir
able to
gua
play. After
di
all, the academia
apa, Rise
should
of
still
Eros.
be unable to confirm the existence
Rise
of
of
my
Eros.
consciousness in the outside world.
gue akhirnya dapat
Exactly. Just
SSR
what Paimon was thinking.
SSR 1 lagi, jadi gue punya 2 SSR di Rise of Eros.
Anyway, enough about that.
Ya
Let's
udah,
off.
gue jadi nggak reroll.
What do you
Gue
feel is
nggak
off?
reroll lagi.
The middle of the
Cukup
night.
cukup gue
Of
gacanya
course it's
untuk
quiet.
Rise of Eros.
No, I think he's
Ya, emang
right.
dapetnya
If you
dapetnya
look
bagus.
around, there
Yang-
seems to be
wow.
fewer people on the streets.
happy.
I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city.
Bang, lo
though.
tau nggak mekanisme ngitung PT di
Maybe it's just
riwayatnya?
a coincidence.
Jelasin dong.
Maybe
Aku masih
Sataria figured out a
misunderstand
way to
soalnya.
not only
I also can't quite.
well, regardless.
Oke,
as long as you're
PT
here with
gacha.
us, Paimon feels
Nih.
a little safer.
Di Genshin Impact itu misal kita rollnya itu ya. Misal kita rollnya itu dari kita hitungnya ini apa dari ini ya. Kita coba hitungnya dari 0, oke? History. Oke. Anggap aja kita itu PT-nya kita dari 0. Kalau di sini contohnya itu kepermanen wish. Ini. Oke, anggapnya kita gini. Apa namanya? Kita anggap aja ini catching ini, anggapnya ini karena gua dapet catching, anggaplah PT-nya itu kita nggak ada PT, kita hitung full dari 0. Oke. Cara ngitungnya adalah jika di Genshin ini kita akan mendapatkan PT ya, atau bukan PT deh. Mekanisme ngitung PT nya itu adalah kita akan mendapatkan 5 star atau bintang 5 jika kita sudah gacanya itu sebanyak 90 kali. Itulah PT. Wishnya itu kita dapatkan wish ya. Wish untuk apa? Wish untuk mendapatkan bintang 5 ini adalah caranya adalah wishnya ini kita sudah menggacha sebanyak 90 kali. Kalau hitungannya sudah masuk dalam 90 kali, kita otomatis akan mendapatkan bintang 5. Nah, tetapi bintang 5-nya itu jaminannya itu bukan jaminannya Presentasenya adalah 50-50. Yang artinya apa? Jika misal kita gacha pertama kali dan kita bisa menyentuh W90, ada jaminan kalau jaminan kalau karakternya itu belum pasti yang akan kita dapatkan di bannernya itu. Maksudnya itu di signature banner. Contoh Cyno, misalnya kita gacha udah 90 nih. Nah ini kan ada jaminan nih, kita ada jaminan untuk dapatkan Cyno, tapi ternyata enggak enggak. Karena apa? Sifatnya 50-50, dan berarti kita bisa mendapatkan 50% Cyno, 50% lagi 50% yang lain itu adalah karakter bintang 5 yang lain, kayak gitu. Kalau misalnya di PT-nya itu yang kita gacha mau dapetin Cyno mau dapat karakter yang lain, maka gacha berikutnya itu PT-nya itu bernilai 100%, dimana jika kita menggacha lagi untuk mendapatkan bintang 5 fix 100% akan mendapatkan hero itu, yang berarti kalau misalnya kita gacha Cyno maka kita akan mendapatkan 100% PT Cyno, seperti itu. Ada yang mau kita tanya lagi atau sudah jelas atau mungkin mau diulang? Tapi simpel seperti itu. Jika kita gacha dari nol, kalau kita sudah dapetin PT-nya itu artinya apa? Kita sudah gacha sebanyak 90 kali rollnya, 90 kali. Kalau misalnya, dan yang pertama itu sifat PT-nya itu ada 50-50, yang artinya bintang 5 di banner karakternya itu kita chance-nya itu bisa dapetin karakter signaturnya itu 50-50, yang artinya kita bisa tidak dapat karakter itu. Nah kalau misalnya kita bisa dapetin karakter bukan bisa ya, maksudnya itu kalau kita tidak berhasil mendapatkan karakter signature, maka PT untuk karakter bintang 5 berikutnya adalah 100%. Seperti itu sih. Oke, lumayan paham. Thanks abang berkacamata. Wow, abang berkacamata. Oke, thank you. Ya pokoknya itu ya hitung aja siapa namanya. Misalnya nih gue mau dapetin Cyno, gue liatin di history gue. Terakhir gue dapat bintang 5 itu adalah di banner sebelumnya itu apa namanya? Ini udah ini. Gue last bintang 5 si Jan. Berarti next pasti hero di limit itu ya. Ya benar. Next adalah hero yang ada di limited banner itu. Karena apa? Di karakter event wish yang ini aja, terakhir karakter bintang 5 yang gue dapetin itu adalah catching. Di sini itu karakter terakhir bintang 5 di limited event wish gue catching. Nah berarti chance berikutnya adalah gue mendapatkan bintang 5 itu fix pasti kalau karakter itu yang akan kita dapatkan. Berarti setelah catching gue dapetin stringless itu udah 1, ningguang gue udah 2, dari gue hitung 3. Oke, gue Shinobu 3, Shadow Heizo 4, sudah masuk 4. Dragon Pain ini yang tadi gue dapetin Dragon Pain, berarti udah 5. Itu udah 5. Sayu gue 6, itu udah gacha ke 6. The Flute 7. Sayu gue dapet Sayu lagi karena gue dapetin 2 Sayu, berarti ini ke 8. Nah kalau saya sudah 8 kan gue gacha berikutnya, berarti kan hitungannya kan gue gacha yang ke 90, masuk ke yang ke 90. Nah itu nah di 90 itu gue pasti akan mendapatkan bintang 5, seperti itu. Karena gue ngitungnya ini sudah berarti total gue sudah gacha sebanyak 80. Nah sini gue berhenti. Dan sebenarnya gue bisa aja lanjut, tapi kalau bisa gue lanjut, chance untuk dapetin bintang 5 gue sangat besar. Dan dapetin bintang 5 nya adalah Cyno, dan gue tidak mau Cyno karena Cyno bukan inceran gue. Inceran mungkin, tapi nanti kalau gue sudah dapetin Nahida, karena itu anak Nahida lebih fokus untuk gue. Oke, karena itu ya nanti aja lah. Ya nanti kan juga ada bannernya keluar lagi. Ya tapi nggak tahu kapan. Ya intinya gitu, bersabar aja. Banner weapon, gue benci banget banner weapon. Gue tidak mau bahas banner weapon. Seperti itu. Tapi gue nggak salah dapat makreha aquamarine ya. Apa ini? Makreha aquamarine apa ya? Gue tadi dapat weapon beda senjata. Oh ya juga jangan lupa login. Kalau misalnya kalian pada belum login Genshin ya. Karena kita akan mendapatkan konstelasi atau bukan konstelasi ya, talent ya, konstelasi Kole. Kita bisa dapetin C1 dan C1 nya cukup menarik sih. C1 nya dan Cici, dapetin Cici karena gue tadi gagal gacha di standar banner. Cici gue C1, mungkin nanti gue naikin deh Cici. Gue bingung gak apa Cici kok dibilang jelek ya, mungkin karena heal kali ya, healing, karena healing. Cici nanti gue coba deh. Cici nanti gue coba. Shinobu gue nggak dapet. Shinobu Sayu, gue Sayu sudah bilang udah C4. C4 cuy, C4. Yaudah, oke. Lanjut lagi ceritanya. Udah, mungkin nikmati cerita ini aja dulu.
No time to lose.
Paling nggak sabar juga nunggu Al-Haitam ya. Gue nggak sabar nunggu Al-Haitam. Tapi kayaknya mungkin Al-Haitam mungkin di 3.8 atau 3.9. Ini berarti apa? Ini berarti kita dapetinnya Al-Haitam. Yang dimana kita akan mendapatkan Al-Haitam ya. Nunggu lagi selama 1 tahun karena Al-Haitam akan keluar di terakhir. Bukannya secepatnya Al-Haitam keluar, kita harus nunggu dulu. Oh iya, ini apa? Gue udah liat ceritanya nih, iseng-iseng. Gue udah dapat cerita. Ini apa? Kacin ini, depannya ada dokter. Siapa gue lupa namanya?
The triumphant hero returns at last.
Ini ada Harbingers.
And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
The Doctor.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just
Halo. Thank you sudah mampir. Thank you.
The people of Sumeru.
Mau sudah mampir. Selamat datang di channel Marksein Gaming ya. Thank you sudah mampir. Jangan lupa like, share, komen, dan subscribe ya. Dan juga terutama untuk subscribe. Apalagi untuk kalian yang belum subscribe, tidak mau ketinggalan live mungkin video-video yang akan gue bikin.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
We'll meet again outside of the city.
Silahkan subscribe karena subscribe itu gratis. Dan juga thank you sudah mampir terutama.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Cut of wisdom. Skaramus kapan keluarnya ya?
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here.
Harbinger.
Let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So
Nomor 2 tau lah, tau dari
scary.
mana? Dia
Called
nomor 2.
himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the
Fatui.
Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
Gnosis.
Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But, you mean...
Tiknari.
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work? Even though he turned it down, there's no time to lose.
Karena na village, let's do. Ini lupa ambil achievement, karena achievement menghasilkan Primo Gems yang ya mungkin cuma 5. Mungkin cuma 5 tapi tidak apa-apa, karena lebih baik dapat daripada tidak sama sekali. Tadi ada yang terbang. Oh. Itu Dendroculus untuk yang di Rainforest gue tinggal 2, gue kurang 2. Aduh, gue juga belum nemu lagi tuh apa namanya Dendroculus. Apa tuh yang gue bisa dapat apa? Gue bisa pakai alat yang gue bikin. Gue bisa dapetin apa untuk bisa mengetahui lokasi
Hold it
Dendroculus.
right there. A blonde-haired
Sayang,
traveler and a floating ferry. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders.
The outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you...
Oh, minta dibantai.
You're up, traveler!
Following orders.
Riptide!
Emerge. Right here. Right now. Nothing lasts forever.
There is no escape!
Cyclone! Bring it up!
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Now you shall perish!
Ada apa? Nomor description.
Confess!
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah, looks like. But this doctor, going up against.
Harbinger tuh pada pakai penutup, tapi kok bisa lihat ya? Mungkin mereka sudah diajar untuk bisa mendapatkan itu apa? Indra ke-7 atau Seven Sense. Mungkin atau enggak mungkin ini kali apa namanya? Dia pakai topeng, tapi di depan ada kamera gitu. Lalu bisa lihat ini kayak kacamata gini. Apa? di sininya jadi apa kayak layar gitu yang hasil dari kamera. Mungkin aja kan lah, nggak ada yang tahu lah. Kayak future gitu ya, apa namanya, keren gitu. Oh iya, apa namanya, alasan gua kenapa alasan kenapa gue pengen punya Candace, karena ultinya Candace itu kan adalah kita bisa apa, menempatkan elemen air Candace dalam kasus ini. Kalau misalnya ada hero yang apa, di setiap serangan hero misalnya kayak gini, kalau di Raiden Shogun kan elemental skillnya kan setiap serangan ini kan, ya kan mengeluarkan efek listrik gitu kan ya, efek elemental listrik. Nah kalau ada Candace namanya, kalau Candace ada ultinya itu apa, berarti gue bisa gunakan Raiden Shogun ulti Candace pakai apa, pakai Shiranu Heizo. Mantap, begini deh saatnya. Lucu bang, lu asik orangnya. Oh, oke, thank you. Oh, thank you. Karena gue pengen boring menjelaskannya. Oke, jadi seperti ini. Kalau misalnya gue dapetin Candace, gue mau buildnya seperti ini.
Where we headed this time?
Gue punya Raiden Shogun, gue taruh di satu set, di satu tim. Gue punya Toma. Ini adalah ya taruh aja Tartaglia ini kalau misalnya gue punya Candace. Dan juga ini Heizo. Trainingnya adalah gue gunakan elemental skillnya Raiden Shogun, ultinya Toma, karena ultinya Toma itu memberikan damage api misalnya untuk apa, setiap serangan normal attack hero, ultinya itu kan memberikan hembusan api gitu. Adakah? Yang ngelag ya. Udah ngelag. Ngelag kah? Wah, ngelag ya. Waduh. Wah, ngelag ya. Boleh ngelag. Waduh, gawat. Ngelag. Yalah, ngelag. Aduh. Baru bener tak, kayak baru udah minta tolong benerin, masih nge-lag. Ya udahlah, mungkin malam. Masih thinking aja. Oke, sampai mana tadi ceritanya? Okay. Raiden Shogun, Toma, gue punya Candace, gue punya Heizo. Seperti itu. Karena target gue punya Heizo adalah gue bisa menggunakan total 4 elemen dalam satu karakter. Gue bisa menggunakan 4 elemen dalam satu karakter yang dimana elemental skill Raiden Shogun yang salah kita apa, normal attack akan menghasilkan damage listrik di satu karakter. Di semua karakter kita bisa memberikan efek listrik. Toma menggunakan ki atau ulti di setiap basic attack, dia akan memberikan efek apa, damage api seperti itu. Dan juga ultinya Candace yang akan memberikan efek elemental air. Kan di combo elektro, pyro, sama hydro. Itu di combo ya, listrik, api, air, itu di combo dalam satu hero.
My intuition tells me that something very interesting is
Mungkin emang
about
ya
to happen.
kombonya emang susah ya, tapi gue pengen nyoba aja, gue pengen punya kayak gitu. Jadi di sana gue pakai hijau kayak gini kan, ini kan karena sudah elemennya kan sudah elemen udara kan ya, udah nggak ada masalah dong. Setiap jadi apa, kalau misalnya apa namanya, kalau mau damage di apa tadi ya, ultinya hijau kan nendang di udara. Nah, nendang kan berarti kan apa, gue sambil bisa mengeluarkan 3 elemen, yaitu apa, elemen api, elemen listrik, elemen elemen air. Nah, kan itu combo sakit jadi damage elemen. Gue tinggal apa, nyari hero Gue tinggal bikin hero Heizo ini, gue pakai elemental mastery. Ini enak. Elemental skill ada Shogun, ultinya Toma, ultinya Candace, gabungin dengan Heizo. Udah lengkap. Itu target gue sebenarnya. Lawannya tim nasional jadinya. Yoi. Itu sebenarnya gue dapetin Candace itu karena gue pengen bereksperimen dengan itu. Karena ya hero yang bisa memberikan damage elemental di hero lain kan ya nggak buruk dong. Jadi seperti itu. Nah, apalagi kalau misalnya digunakan untuk karakter, digunakan lagi ya, bisa digunakan untuk karakter bukan Toma. Ini salah gue.
Send one, send them all.
Nah, apalagi gue punya karakter Hutau. Berarti apa? Kan kalau Hutau kan elemental ini kan jelas ini ngeluarin api gitu kan. Apalagi juga yang ada elektrik ini kan. Setiap attack-nya ini kan pasti kan udah dapat pasif damage elektro dari Raiden Shogun kan. Apalagi kan ini kan elemental skill kan api. Kan skill api ini kan. Nah, kalau ditambahin dengan Hydro dari dapatkan dari ultinya Candace. Wow, udah lengkap itu. Lengkap. Dapat elektro dari Raiden Shogun, dapat Hydro dari Candace. Bisa main dengan elemental skill dari Hutau. Lengkap. Gue cuma mikir kayak gitu. Gue nyoba combo elemental seperti itu. Nah, sayangnya Cyno ini kan karakter bintang 5 ini kan tidak bisa kayak gitu. Sayangnya karakter bintang 5 Cyno kan nggak bisa juga. Dan juga kalau misalnya kita pakai ultinya Candace, ini mana Ganju, karakter sering gue mainin elemen panah. Sampai elemen panah ini karena dia cryo yang es ditambahin dengan elemen air dari Candace, berarti kan itu freeze. Berarti kan freeze, gampang nge-freeze nya. Jadi mempermudah ini kali ya. Gue mempermudah hidup sih untuk main game.
Oh, it's the traveler pahala.
Ya sudahlah. Semoga kedepannya gue bisa dapetin Candace dan
As a
mau
result,
mencoba
Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol.
combo elemental itu.
Speaking
Tapi ya
of
sekarang
Tainari,
ya udah
did he
bertahan
go
aja
off on
dulu.
patrol? Oh, Master Tainari? He left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never... I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritized... No,
Lagi story.
I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a hurry? I guess he had
Asik
something
juga
urgent
berarti
to
kalau
take
sama
care of.
Ayaka jadi freeze. Yoi.
Master Tainari
Sama Ayaka juga
originally
jadi
studied in
freeze.
the
Nah,
Immortal
makanya
Dash.
itu.
I know that before he became a
Candace,
force. A research base, huh? Oh,
apa
we
namanya?
don't have
Gue
a lot of
butuh
time,
karakter
so
itu karena
let's go look for him at Party CI.
pasif ultinya. Gue butuh itu. Cuma itu doang butuhnya.
Don't worry, got it. Will
Ya,
do.
semoga
See you later,
kedepannya
Pally.
bisa dapet lah. Punya Ganjo, nge-freeze-nya gampang. Pakai Ayaka, nge-freeze-nya juga gampang. Makanya itu. Penting. Buat gue sih, Candace itu mungkin bisa bilang karakter penting untuk combo. Seperti itu. Semoga enggak. Bentar. Layla keluar bareng sama itu nggak ya? Layla keluar bareng sama itu nggak ya, Pak Nahida? Tapi kayaknya enggak deh. Layla nggak bakal keluar bareng dengan Nahida. Ya. Layla karakter baru bintang 4 yang akan keluarnya di 3.2 bersama dengan Nahida itu kan elemen cryo juga. Nggak salah pakai panah. Let's see aja sih.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're...
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, but plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jumped away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Bismillah, bismillah.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with...
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha. Ugh, feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find it?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay.
Tiknari. Tiknari sudah ada di standard banner sih. Jadi ya chance untuk dapetin Tiknari di standard banner itu agak apa namanya? Kecil. Tiknari.
Traveler? It is you!
Hypatia.
Ah! The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise!
Hypatia yang
It's
mana?
so
Gua lupa.
nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Wait, no.
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
Gay. Lihat mukanya gay.
Sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained... My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneo with me. This is still a crucial part of the...
We're using...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you.
Okay.
Ready?
Dibawa ke alam mana lagi nih?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The
Yeah.
world is just an elaborate tapestry
Scene
of
ini.
lies. My
Scene-nya
fury
ini apa? Scene-nya
will never be quelled.
Scaramouche.
The first to betray me
Yang
was a
ini
god,
Scaramouche.
my creator, my mother.
Scaramouche anaknya Raiden
Valuing
Shogun.
strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded.
Nah dulu.
The second
Kalau
was a human,
Scaramouche itu anak Raiden Shogun,
My
berarti
family.
bapaknya siapa?
my friend. Consumed by fear,
Dulu, berarti
he saw me as an abomination.
wah Raiden Shogun.
The
Oh,
third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure
Punya
loathing.
saya. Waduh.
So I said
Ngaku
good
loh
riddance.
Bapaknya
I
Raiden Shogun.
denounce the
Bapaknya
world
ini sekarang
and laugh in its face.
mantap. Gila, bapaknya
My
Scaramouche.
chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
Gua nggak
There is no need to fear.
namanya?
The pain
Cerita
will be brief.
cerita ini tapi apa? Yang
Your era
ceritanya Cyno.
is coming to an end.
Nah, akhirnya aku bisa melihat lagi Al-Haitam. Asik. Al-Haitam.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches, but how is he connected to the divine consciousness that...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic God! Such a noble will! Such
Oh, God.
sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Ah! You! Why are you so mean to me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Apasia?
That's how I always thought everything should
Kalau yang
be.
itu
Wait.
buat robot 2, yang
Have
satu
I?
Raiden, yang satu kolong
Already lost my mind?
Harbinger. Dukun dia kah? Dukun. Tadi dulu. Dukun bisa bikin robot. Pertanyaan tuh. Dukun emang bisa bikin robot dukun.
Wait, something isn't right.
Padahal kan dukun kan kerjanya kan itu cuma jampi-jampi, ngantet, ya gitulah. Gila, dukun bikin robot. Dukun abad keberapa lo gila? Udah abad ke 2020 berapa lo? Gila, udah bisa bikin robot lo. Padahal lo tiap hari cuma pakai air kembang doang. Gak jelas. Oh, diserang sendiri. Dia dibunuh. Bukan maksudnya. Ya, ngerti. Itu cuma jokes, itu cuma bercanda doang, itu cuma bercanda. Cutscene-nya nyampe sini juga. Coba buat screenshotan. Waduh. Skaramus sudah standby. Skaramusnya sudah standby, gila.
Okay, we finally lost him.
Kok nyampe sini ceritanya?
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Catherine
After
puppet.
that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an
yang
individual's
ngalahin siapa ya?
consciousness could be
Apakah
transferred
bronya
around like this.
Teri Daishori?
Had I not seen it with my own eyes,
Teri
I would have never believed
Daishori.
it. I don't think this can be achieved. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message.
Ini apa?
She said,
Di
the doctor has found a
Ihan
way to
kaimpet
trap
kan dia?
my consciousness,
Teri
so I
Daishori.
can't journey with
Ini
you
dia.
anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can
Teri
still
Daishori
drown
dia,
out
bro.
illusions
Sudah,
and
Honkai.
lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Suristhana for good this time.
Skarmus yang
Is
ngancam
that
apa ya?
message all
Apakah
she left for
bronya?
us? It's pretty
Bronya
big.
Teri.
Oh,
Bronya.
that makes sense. Since the doctor
Iya, lo
captured
ngomongin
her,
bronya.
she won't be able to say
Itu
anything
belum
without
gua
him knowing.
ngomenin lagi ya.
She's being
Apa kan
extra
namanya?
careful. Even
Ngomenin
in a
lagi.
moonless night, a shower of
apa kan namanya?
starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Kayaknya belum ngomenin lagi
Paimon
kayaknya.
knows the moon illusion. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a... But she isn't with us in...
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Suristhana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who is occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals. So all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Diungkapin lagi Irminsul.
Huh?
Saya
Did you
dulu
see
ya.
something when
Sorry
you
nggak
were in
sampai ras.
Nahida's body?
Oke, Bertus. Oke. Thank you. Mungkin Mas sudah ngobrol-ngobrol.
Do you have any evidence?
Thank you sudah mungkin ngeluangin waktu untuk ngobrol-ngobrol bersama gua di live ini. Thank you banget, bisa dibilang.
So
Thank you
that's
banget,
what
thank you.
happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different.
Bertus, thank you.
I did.
Terima kasih banyak sudah.
I noticed Hypatia's
nonton
if I didn't
live ini.
take action. Now that you
Thank you.
mention it, I knew the but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to if you're planning to go into the desert, come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon.
Karavan ribet. Oke. Eskutak Irmin Sul, gila. Oke, sepertinya sudah nyampe mau masuk ke padang pasir. Oke, sedikit lagi. Sedikit lagi. Waduh, Bang Geba juga lagi live ya. Semoga bisa share viewersnya.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Rukkhadevata.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Al-Haytham!
Huh?
I meet again. Al-Haytham.
Over here.
Ya, ketemu lagi sama Al-Haytham. Oke, ini the best.
Oh,
Hey,
he went
man.
that way!
Al-Haytham, tunggu.
Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up.
Aduh, Al-Haytham. Jangan pergi jauh lagi lah.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Whatever would you do without me?
Kita ketemu lagi, Bung, sama Al-Haytham. Yui.
What's that? Join you for a walk?
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like...
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Oh, Hatham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Okay,
it's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Aru Village. Okay, pas tadi 7 lagi. Let's go. Tapi kahit gue selalu dapat scene yang gelap. Kita terangin lah sedikit-sedikit. Waduh, sini baru.
Scatter! Shine down! Come on out.
Iya benar.
All yours, should you have any use for them.
Kata bung.
Another wrong test subject.
Be still.
The hunter becomes.
Propagate! There is no escape!
Cascade. All yours, should you have any use for them.
Drifting wind. Oke, ada buah di situ. Apalagi. Aja nih. Ajele nak kacang gitu ya. Kacang ajelek nat. Ajelek nat atau ajilak nat. Oh, that's point of view. Cutscene again. That's good.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Cutscene. Oke. Waduh, Cyno keluar. Keras, Cyno keras.
Cyno. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Hatham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Cyno, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
That's rude.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Hatham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Hatham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Cyno. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, as far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just...
going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon?
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Waduh,
Hey!
keluar.
All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this
Keluar.
wind is too strong.
Candace.
Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace.
Candace.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Candace, gawat bro. Waduh, al hitam.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Candace.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right, now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have...
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, The principles that we strive to uphold,
Itu bisa bilang menakutkan gue ya.
they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Cyno seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Cyno, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You
Masih
mean
dalam ini ceritanya.
that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, dear.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Waduh, apalagi tuh?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions...
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright?
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Oke. Padang pasir, Bung. Sorry, sedikit lagi paling. Bintang. Di atas itu kali ya? Ya nanti deh. Ada bintang gawat kalau bisa nggak diambil. Oh.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Illusion shatter!
Mind the deluge. Be still.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
There is no escape!
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be...
Everyone in Aru village needs... speaking of which, why haven't...
Village Keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. but no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sin?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Cyno?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my. Let's start by finding a spot to share.
Oke. Bisa buka. Ya. Oke. Dadat. Oh, it's a big one. Cagin kah? Dua lagi yang level 5. Oke. Sepertinya live kali ini cukup sampai sini aja dulu. Thank you sudah menonton. Jangan lupa like, share, comment, subscribe ya. Terima kasih juga sudah sawer atau mungkin yang bersedia untuk memberikan dukungan berupa saweria. Link saweria di deskripsi ataupun kalau mau scan silakan. Oke, mantap. Thank you. Terima kasih untuk live kali ini.